What's up, guys? So a question that people ask me is that what's the best time of the day to film real estate? Now, some people actually prefer when it's not sun outside like it is right now. So as you can see right now, there is pretty cloudy outside, but there's also some sun coming in. You can tell that some of that sun is coming in by doing this. It makes a shadow on the plants. Actually, this weather is pretty great to film real estate in because you need to think about a couple of things. Now, obviously, you don't want to film whenever it's super dark outside, right? Unless you want to create that mood. But typically, something like this works. It's not too dark outside and it's also not too dark inside. So, as far as I'm concerned, there's two things you need to think about when finding the best time of the day to film real estate. The first thing is dynamic range. What is dynamic range? It's the ability to film the darkest part of the image and also the brightest part of the image without it looking too blown out or too dark in the shadows. So the first solution you can do to help fix that is to shoot in S-Log. Or log. Any log, if your camera has log, shoot in log. It means it shoots in flat colors, right? If you don't shoot in flat colors, you will risk to have very bright outside and very dark inside. So since I'm using the Sony 7S III, I shoot in S-Log 3, which helps me get a better dynamic range. So a problem that most people can get is that your shot may be looking like this. Super bright outside because you have to expose for inside, right? And you can already tell here just by the sun coming in here, it helped me with the overall exposure, because if there was no sun here, I would actually needed to bump up my ISO even more. And then what happens? Well, it gets even brighter outside. So the first tip I have for you is that don't film in normal picture profile. This is the normal picture profile, right? Change your picture profile to log. Now for the A7S III, I shoot S-Log 3. So I'm gonna change to S-Log 3. Okay, so now it's S-Log 3. In this shot, there is a lot more details in the clouds, as you can see. It's not that huge of a difference in this example because of the sun coming in. The worst, I would say, if there is sun outside, but none of it is coming inside, right? And that's how you get your footage super overexposed outside, because it's super bright outside with the sun, but none of the sun is coming in to kind of light up the apartment. You see how everything happens for a reason here? Talking about the best time of the day to film real estate, and the sun is peeking through. I mean, now we can compare. Woo! Just look at the difference it makes with the sun coming in and without any sun coming in. It lights up inside here. It kind of compensates for the light differences inside the house and outside, which means that you're more likely to expose right for both the inside and the outside. Another thing is that you can get really cool shot with the sun and get some really cool sun flares. Oh, misty eye of the mountain below. Anyways, so the only con I can think of when filming when the sun is shining through is that you need to watch out extra carefully from your own shadows. So you might be limited by getting different angles, right, when the sun is shining through like this. But I mean, I've done a lot of gimbal moves where I just made sure that I just walked on the shadow part, just like this. So let's say I wanted to do somehow this angle, right? But my shadow is in the way. So what you can do is kind of stand. Now you can't see my shadow. You hide from your own shadow, and then you do your gimbal move. Boom! I'm a professional, you know, so you better listen to me. Now, so let's summarize what's so great about having the sun shining through inside the house. So first of all, when the potential buyer is looking at your shot and they see the sun coming in, you're telling them that this house is located where there is sun, which is really great because This is fucking Norway, bro. There is no sun. Everyone here appreciates the sun, bro. The second thing is dynamic range. When you have the sun shining through your house like this, the darkest part of the image, which is typically inside, brightens up a little bit because of the sun. And that compensates for the brightest part of the image, which is outside the windows here. You know, it's more even, which helps you to more likely to not get an overexposed shot. Now, the third thing, did I say there was 2 things you need to think about when choosing the best time? Anyways, the third thing, it just gives more life to the scene, you know? There's actually some saturation and contrast in the shot, just like I told you. But yeah, that's the main reasons why my favorite time of the day to film real estate is whenever there is sun outside and the sun is shining through. Worst part is super bright outside, a lot of sun, none of it is coming in, so you get shot like this. Not good. So what are the cons? You need to watch out for your own shadows even more. And you might not get as many angles as you want, but there's a way to work around that. So yeah, I think that's it. If you guys have any more or other opinions that I do, let me know, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Peace!